an history that backs this Champions League this season, that anytime a final is being played in Munich, a new winner comes and win the Champions League touchlines. We are here today. I think today I'll let Raf start. He made a very good comment last video about Arsenal will beat Madrid at the Emirates and go and draw at the Bernabeu. If maybe he has spoken with Arteta on how they will draw at Bernabeu, and we'll get to know. Welcome. We are looking at the Champions League edition. I think there were some exciting games. I think Barcelona-Dortmund is one game. We all spoke about Barcelona. And I think Barcelona, with the team they have going into the Ken League, is a no-brainer. Barcelona will qualify ahead of Dortmund. But I want us to start with that game. Let's look at Hansi Flick handling this Barcelona setup. Rafinha has scored now 12 goals, 7 assists, and is the top scorer in the Champions League at the moment. His goal contributions in the Champions League is equal to Lionel Messi did for Barcelona. What Flick has done to this Barcelona setup to make their team one of the most unique and young players also in this Champions League. So let me start with Raf. What has Hansi Flick done to make this Barcelona team so impressive, especially playing in European competition?
Yes, I want to thank you one more time. Yes, I'll start by saying that the Barcelona template is already there. Xavi, from Luis Enrique to Xavi, the template is already there. So as a manager, you have to come in and enforce and make sure that certain things are working right for you. Hansi Flick, bearing in mind, is a great manager from Bayern Munich. Now, when he came, what he did, number one, was to give the La Masia boys opportunity for them to play. That is one thing Xavi and the other coaches were not able to do. They bought too many players. Way back the border, like Jeremy Matthew and some other players who didn't fit into the Barcelona system. But if you look at the Barcelona setup now, the Pedris, the Gavis, the Yamals, these are Barcelona products. This is how the Barcelona team is built. This is how they build their team. This is what they build their team on. I mean, when Yamal came, nobody expected him to blow like this. But all of a sudden, Yamal has taken off. He's just scoring here and there. And I also remember Rafinha from Leeds United. I remember last season or so, he begged the team to just give him 1 year contract extension when he had a poor run. But look at Rafinha now. He has that freedom. He's not restricted. He's free. He's playing his football. And that is bringing out the best. So the only thing I can say that is working now for Barcelona is the faith they had in the young boys, especially from La Masia. Bearing in mind, the greatest Barcelona team ever to be assembled are the boys that he had from the La Masia. And he's replicating the same style, but bringing in more boys. Actually unknown, but when they come, they deliver. So that is one that is working for Hansi. So that's in the working from the technical team that is working behind him. So that is what is working for.
Okay, so with Sam, let's look at the Barcelona setup. The last time they won the Champions League, they had one Brazilian, one top striker, and one person coming from La Masia. And now they have one top Brazilian, that is Rafinha, one top striker in Lewandowski, and Lamine Yamal coming from the La Masia. So do you think all this dots are being joined together that Barcelona this season can win the Champions League?
Okay. Thank you very much. For Barcelona, as Raf said, I think it's a long process that is now paying out. Then the last time they won it, they had a top striker with a Brazilian and one from their own academy.
Yeah.
And I think it might happen again though. But let's see. There are many factors that will come in play for them to actually win the Champions League this season. I think they have the same blueprint as PSG now. They are just playing because there is this hunger in these young guys that they are playing with. There is nothing like the star boy here, I'm the big name here. They're just playing, and I think tactics is working. And if they can stick to their game plan and their plan for this season, I think it's not just being in the Champions League, the La Liga too, they are doing very well. I think they are in almost all the cups also. So I think Barcelona this season has really proven people wrong. I think when they began with most of these young guys, we all had that perception that they can't really go far. Because as Raf said last week, the last time we met, he said you can keep your spirit in the house. We are coming to play football. It's more of the young guys having that energy now to play now. And I've watched a couple of their games, and you can really see the hunger in them when they are playing. That edge, that edge not to give up. They chase every ball. They play. They basically run from pole to pole throughout the 90 minutes. And Rafinha having this time of in his career, I think it just all coming in play, and they having an aim for this season. They might go all the way out and win this cup if PSG don't upset them in any way. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioning PSG, I'm going to ask Prince, with Arsenal beating Real Madrid 3-0 going into the game, between Barcelona and Inter Milan, which of them do you think would be a scary team to play, especially when Arsenal are to make the Champions League final?
I think personally it will be for playing a scary team, that would be Inter Milan, because Barcelona. But I feel like Barcelona are doing well because they've not met a tougher side. Barcelona are doing well because they've not met a very tougher side that will break them, and Inter will be that test for them. Inter Milan are very compact. They are very good, especially from the back. They are very, very good. When you watch the game they play against Bayern Munich, you can realize how good they are. So I'm sure Hansi Flick would have to now start picking up a strategy they would have to play against Inter Milan. That would be very, very difficult. But personally, I wish they can probably kick out Inter Milan. They'll find a way to kick out Inter Milan so we can meet them in the final, because I personally feel like meeting Barcelona will be easier than meeting Inter Milan, because we met them in the group stage and they scored us. Yeah. I think they scored us 2-0 Inter Milan. So against Inter, that was the only match we lost in the Champions League. So meeting them again will be some way. I don't want us to meet, especially not in the final. So at least meeting Barcelona will be easier.
But I think meeting Barcelona in the final would bring history back. That is in 2005. You met them in the Champions League final where they defeated Arsenal. Yeah. Yeah. So do you think it will be a good revenge to win the Champions League this time?
Probably, yeah. That will be a very good revenge for them, because but I think last season we met somewhere in US and we scored them 5-2 or something. I think we scored them 5-2. So Barca is really not going to be a tough side for us at all, because I feel like we'll have a way to stop them. We'll have a way to handle them compared to Inter Milan. Those guys are very, very stubborn. Like, even their defensive structure, it's very, very hard to penetrate. That 3-back that they play is very, very hard to penetrate.
I think Inter Milan has just conceded 3 goals in the Champions League so far.
You can imagine.
The last goal they considered against Bayern Munich. And also, as an Arsenal fan, there is also an history that backs this Champions League this season, that anytime a final is being played in Munich, a new winner comes and win the Champions League, meaning a team that has not ever won the Champions League get the chance to win. So this season is Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. Those are the new teams who have never won the Champions League. So maybe from that side, one of both teams can win the Champions League. So maybe history would back Arsenal or Paris Saint-Germain to get into that final.
That's true. Yeah.
So let's look at the Arsenal Real Madrid game. Raf said that Arsenal were going to win comfortably, and I think some felt like, no, he's trying to just make players happy. But Arsenal won comfortably. Winning 3-0 against Real Madrid is something that has been a long time we saw that in the Champions League. A team dominating, beating and scoring Real Madrid. So, Raf, what did you really see in this Arsenal team that you felt that they can beat them comfortably, and yes, they were able to beat them comfortably?
I'll start by congratulating Prince. He's at the table of men.
Yes. Now he's at the table of men, the big table.
No, we'll be coming for advice, my brother. Okay, so biases aside, Benedict, this season actually, Madrid is not playing too well. If you could notice, Madrid is not playing too well. I mean, they lost to Valencia. And I don't remember the last time Valencia beat Madrid at the Bernabeu. It's been quite a long time since Madrid lost a game. And I was doing some checks earlier today, and I saw that in the last 5 games, they've considered from set pieces, corner kicks, and all those things. Now, we are dealing with a team that has the best defense in the league in Arsenal. I got to remember earlier this season, even some pundits were even done, also connoisseurs were even targeting Arsenal that they play the dark art football. They were trying to use some words to make sure that they take that vibe from the Arsenal play. And in the league, sometimes you need to be defensively solid to win the league. Arsenal is one team that even if Arsenal is playing and they score 1, I can assure you it will be difficult for you to be able to break them down and even equalize. I don't know how Arteta has been able to do that. Being a typical Spanish player, I think he played for Real Sociedad, Everton, but the mentality he's using now is a blend and a mix of the offensive style of play and a little bit of the defensive solidity. It is very beautiful. And look at how he has been able to transform some of his players. You understand? It is superb. So, but I've watched Arsenal play this season, and I've watched the PSG that we are even tagging that they can win the Champions League this season. Arsenal beat them this season. With all the quality they have, Arsenal beat Paris Saint-Germain. When Liverpool, with all our quality players, when we meet, it's a very big, tough, cagey game. So I did all this analysis. I said, no, even though Madrid have that fighting spirit, Madrid can do anything on any day, but it will be a difficult game for them. So when I saw the lineup, I saw Martinelli on that flanks. Martinelli on that flanks coming up against Federico Valverde. Exactly. I know Vini Jr. will not drop to help him. Vini Jr. and the other guy, Rodrigo, they hardly drop to support their fullbacks. You get it? Bearing in mind also that Jude Bellingham, as Benedict said earlier, he wants to challenge he wants to be recognized. Bellingham at Borussia Dortmund normally played as a defensive midfielder.
Yes.
Basically,
but coming to Madrid, everything has changed.
But coming to Madrid, he scored goals last season and it has entered into his head. He wants to go in and look for more goals. And you also made that point earlier that Ancelotti asked him to track back in order to saying no. It is a problem because in the middle of this season, I heard Vini Jr. also complaining that he wants to be on the same payroll as Kylian Mbappe or even more. There is some clash of ego, but they are managing it gradually. They want to massage the issue. But I'm not talking about. I want to talk about the Arsenal team as a whole. Arsenal, fantastic game by all standards. Madrid couldn't string 5 passes together. They were able to mark. Look, this was the game Arteta told his boys. This is the game. Arsenal has been in the dark for quite some time now. Go and make yourself proud. I don't want to go into tactics and system, but I'm sure this game was more motivation and tactics. Yeah. Go and make yourself proud. You can do it. You've beaten some of the big teams in Europe. Go show to the world what you are made up of. And of course, Declan Rice, magical, 2 free kicks in the game. I don't want to talk much. I want to leave the rest for my brothers to also talk. Fantastic.
But I think you mentioned
I want to talk.
You mentioned one player's name who came into the game and surprised everybody. That is Thomas Partey. I think he doesn't get the praises enough in the Arsenal setup, which sometimes it worries me a lot because I think he comes into games, you don't see the work he will do, but he makes sure that he tackles, he intercepts every ball, progress the ball so well. He was one of the key players in the Arsenal setup. After the game, we saw Rice, Timber, all those Arsenal players commenting under his post that he's maestro of the team, but you don't see enough credit being given to him. What do you think going forward he needs to do about his future?
Yes, that is why when I want to talk about the game, I'll go see Thomas Partey. As a matter of fact, people were saying like, if Arsenal are able to sign Declan Rice, he's going to drop Partey. Jorginho is going to bench Partey and all those things. But Partey, he played in Spain. He has that Spanish DNA in him. That Sergio Busquets style of playing. He doesn't rush the game. The day I saw Partey was an excellent player was when Atletico came to Anfield. Man, they beat us there by 3-2. Partey bossed that midfield. Since then, my respect for that guy has gone so up. He didn't rush the game. Unlike other teams should do. He just took his time. When he had the ball, just give it. to the flanks, to the wingers, just them operate. Whenever as he smells the danger, stops it, moves the ball. But then you said something about him not getting enough praise. I think one of the reasons is that earlier this year there was an allegation against Thomas Partey that he has a rape issue or something like that. So yes, so after the game, I remember this sports journalist at Joy News, Fentu, making a post saying that he doesn't understand why Partey is not being projected like how. So I was reading through the comment section. Somebody made a very important point. The person said Arsenal are basically protecting Thomas Partey psychologically, right? Because anytime they use Thomas Partey as a cover or an art on their match day lineup, the sort of abuse he gets from the fans is too much. The fans basically abuse him. They use that even as of now. Arsenal goes on an away game. There are a section of the fans who still boo Thomas Partey. Okay, they boo him. So Arsenal is trying to protect him, but I know within them, deep down, they believe he's he's the key player, and also the first name on the team sheet is Thomas Partey. But they want to protect him away from that abuse verbally from the section of the fans, and that is what they are doing. But as time goes on, they will forget about it, and then he'll be applauded and given his flowers, as we say in Ghana.
Okay, do you think with that it should come in a contract renewal for him, which is something that his contract is getting closer and closer?
100%. If Arsenal doesn't renew Thomas Partey's contract, I don't know what they are waiting for. They won't get a player of his caliber or quality again. Okay, they have to. The only thing Arsenal can do is to renew his contract. I even have friends who are saying that Charlie say if Partey gets a contract from this Arabian, he should go. But I feel like he should play more competitive for me. I want him to win some trophies. Over here in Ghana, our greatest players, aside Abedi Pele, how many of them have really won some prestigious trophies, even the likes of Asamoah, and they've not won any proper trophy. So I want to see Thomas Partey and our boys do well. The Sadio Manes and all, they have won trophies for Senegal with Liverpool, but Thomas Partey and our Ghanaian players, they've not won anything. So I want him to play competitive football and win some European trophies to his name, and that will make us proud as Ghanaians also, and also Arsenal supporters.
I think he has an European trophy. He has Europa and Super League.
Europa. Okay.
And Super.
Okay.
And Super League.
The Super Cup, yeah. And the Super Cup.
The Super Cup. They scored Madrid or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sam, you were against Raf on Arsenal winning at the Emirates against Real Madrid. You made mention of sometimes when it comes to the Champions League, the spirit of Real Madrid comes in, where Raf said spirit doesn't play football as of now. And we saw that, yes, the spirit couldn't come at the Emirates. So what do you think Real Madrid did wrong that made them lose against Arsenal?
Let's not take anything away from Arsenal. They played very well. I think they ticked all the boxes last week. This week, for Madrid, I think it was everything that's going bad in the club. Actually, that's really was showed on the pitch. I was quite surprised with how their coach line up his team. I still don't know why he plays some of them out of their main position, like Alaba. The last time Alaba played in that position, they played against, I think, was it Salah? And Salah really disgraced him that day. I don't really know what was going on in the dressing room, but I think everyone feels like he deserves to play certain places that is not working out. Like Jude shouldn't be playing where he's playing, but he's so I think that day Arsenal just used all what is going right for them in their club and countered against them. They played as a team. Madrid played as individuals, just trying to prove something. I keep on saying Vinicius plays like kids playing small posts that want to just dribble and make something for the other kids say, hey, you are very good. On days like this, you need teams. It's teams that win trophy. It's not an individual. It's teams that win trophy. An individual can destroy the whole thing if we are being clear. I think Arsenal did very well on that night. Madrid was just all over the place. I was quite shocked actually to see that margin of goals in that game. I still don't want Arsenal to win, though, let me be honest, there's someone has to still be the banter team at the end of the season. So I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt that they did that well. But yeah, let's give them their flowers from Partey to Rice and all the players. I think, but Partey is just like Fred in our team last four seasons ago. Fred said he's like the guy that carries the piano for them to play. Partey is the
He
one that
doesn't get the credit.
he I think he's the one that brings the whole team together. I think he combines from defense to the attacking very he makes everyone's job quite easy for them to do. So Madrid has to. I think we'll go into that one later. But yes, Arsenal did very well. I've taken the humble pie, and I think Ralph and Prince won twice on a roll this week. I think
Yes.
Arsenal
He's a big man now.
Arsenal gave him a very nice present. So yes.
Let's look at what Arteta did, because you said we should believe, and I think even before the game, I had a conversation with you, and I'm like, just turn off your TV, turn off your phone, and don't worry about it, because you are surely losing. But you told me that you believe, and you beat Real Madrid. So what did Arteta do? And going to the Bernabeu, what do you think the style of play, the structure should be, especially visiting Real Madrid at the Bernabeu? They've been doing miracles and magic there. What do you think Arsenal need to carry to the Bernabeu?
Okay, first of all, about what Arteta did right. I think Arteta did everything right for Arsenal, even from how far he has brought Arsenal as a club. I was telling one of my friends today that Arteta has given us that hope, that belief that we didn't have all these years. You know, back in the days where if we are meeting teams like Chelsea, United, Arsenal, Madrid, and all those clubs, there's that fear. Even City, when we're meeting City, there was that fear that you're going to meet these guys and they're going to score you anyhow. I remember back then, United could just meet us and just give us 8. Bayern Munich could score us 8, 10. And you're like, what? But in recent times, you have a team that can believe. I remember what he said in a press conference. He told the fans that they should come. We need the atmosphere. Against Madrid, we need the atmosphere because we are going to win. This is the coach we've been looking for all these years. A coach who give us that belief that no, we can do it. And I remember what I said when we Madrid took Atiku out. I said I think I said this for like 3 days that we're going to surprise the world. And yeah, I had that belief in me that we're definitely going to surprise them. Madrid is not a team that this season have the form. They're not in their best of form. They used to be some seasons ago. You understand? And especially when I saw the lineup and I saw Alaba playing at left back, I was like, no, Alaba doesn't have that strength to come with come match Saka on that flanks. You understand? So I think Arteta came with everything to inspire the players, to inspire the fans, and the atmosphere was just right for us to win. And they were actually lucky because you look at the saves Courtois did for them. You know, we actually didn't got a penalty in the first half. They didn't give it to us. We got a penalty in the first half. They didn't give us that. I think going into the second leg, I know very well they will come with their mentality of a comeback, and that because they already started it after the match at the Emirates. When you ask all the players, were like, well, there's going to be a comeback at Bernabeu. I don't see a comeback in Bernabeu, honestly, because the defense we have, Arsenal has one of the very best defensive lineup setup in all the top 5 Europes. You get. So I think I don't know how they are going to manage to score a goal at Bernabeu. I don't know how. I'm being honest. I don't know how they're going to score a goal, and I'm not surprised we're still going to win them at the Bernabeu. We're still going to win them at the Bernabeu. To win at the Bernabeu, and that's all I can say.
Okay, so do you think at the Bernabeu, we've been seeing comments going on that Arteta is going to combine, that is Tony Pulis, Diego Simeone, and with Sam Allardyce, their formation all together and take it to the Bernabeu, be defensively solid. And the bus Arsenal are going to pack at the Bernabeu, we've not seen some in the world before. Do you think it would be a good approach going to Bernabeu and packing a bus against Real Madrid?
No, I don't think that's the best decision, because when you watch Madrid play against Barcelona all the time, the best way Barcelona plays and play very well against Madrid is when they open up and face them. You get it. So I think when you're going to play against Madrid, even Atletico doesn't play defense when they're meeting Madrid. They open up and play with them. You understand? So I don't think playing defense is the best thing to do, even though we can play defensive and still not concede a goal. I think we did some against Man City when we drew 2-2 against them at the Etihad. So I think defensively are sound. We just need to still have that confidence and at least get an early goal. Getting an early goal at the Bernabeu will save us a lot. It will save us a lot going into that second leg. So just get an early goal and press and press and press, and I think we'll stay through. Madrid is not a tough side. Honestly, Madrid is not a tough side.
Prince is saying Madrid is not a top side. Do you think Madrid didn't have their nights at the Emirates and at the Bernabeu? What do you think Madrid needs to do, Ancelotti needs to do, to make sure that they can at least get a goal or two in the first half and eliminate Arsenal as you wish it to happen? What does Real Madrid need to do?
Madrid has goals in them. Let's not take that away from them. I think they have players that can
give them goals,
destroy you at any time. From Mbappe to Rodrigo to Vinicius, I think they just have to get their head out of that big boy caps and just play like we really want to play. I think the entitlement is becoming too much at that team, and they all need to play as a team. That's one. And I think Ancelotti should play them at places that they feel comfortable at. Not because you want to be the poster boy for the day, so you want to score goal. No, I believe for a team to work, each player has to play his own roles at every point in time. If you don't score goals and still the team wins, I think it's far better than for you to score 10 or 11 and still they will lose. Jude has to know that the teamwork, play where you are supposed to play at. I've seen players, even strikers, going back to defend when it matters the most. I think it all boils down to what they really want at the end of the season. They can do a comeback. It's possible, but I think that night it will really be who wants them the most. If it's Arsenal or it's Madrid, they have to play as a team and have that individual spark. I think with every team, you have to play as a team and have that individual that can pull something out of nowhere. I think for them to really get 4 goals against Arsenal, Mbappe has to be on point. Vinicius has to play like a man and not a boy. Rodrigo, I think they have players in them that can play. Let's be, and I think if they are ready to give that guy from Turkey, that they are young guy from, yes, and yes, and even the Pele guy. I think they have that hunger in them. And they have that hunger in them to prove something. I think Vinicius is getting too comfortable. Once in a while, just make them know that there is someone that can take your place at any time. I still think Madrid will win at the Bernabeu whether it will be a win that can take Arsenal out, I doubt. But I think they'll win at Bernabeu, and if Madrid can pull one of their tricks, I think Arsenal is in for a real shocker that they will say, yeah, they've been cheated. But yeah, I think Madrid, it's going to be a really tough game for Madrid. Let's be honest, it's going to be a real tough game for them. I think the game will be settled in the first half. Whoever can get the most goals in the first half will get the upper hand. So let's just wait and see.
Okay, Raf, you said that Arsenal would defeat Real Madrid at the Emirates and go to the Bernabeu and draw. And now it's like the defeat at the Emirates has come to pass. Do you still think, with the performance they showed at the Emirates, can they go to the Bernabeu and win, or still a draw for them at the Bernabeu?
That game, Mikel Arteta doesn't have to talk too much.
Yeah.
It is a moment for Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, Martinelli, Bukayo Saka. Write your name in the history books as one of the greatest Arsenal players. Just go make history for yourself. Arteta doesn't have to talk. You can't beat Arsenal 3-0 at the Emirates and go back and lose 4-0. Huh. It will be one of the biggest downgrades in world football. It will be bigger than what Barcelona. Look at the two free kicks in a Champions League game on a night against Real Madrid, and you want to go back and lose 4-0 or even 3-3 extra time? No way. As I said earlier, Arsenal have the best defenses in the league. Real Madrid have conceded about, I think, 32 goals this season, only in the league. Arsenal, 26. We are even saying they have they are not playing too well in England, the league. But I believe Arsenal can go there and pull up a surprise, even a surprise. Stay solid. Look, Arteta is very smart. If you watch Arsenal's league games, he plays Leonardo Trossard on the right side of the wings or the flanks. But against Real Madrid, he intentionally plays Martinelli there because of his pace. Yes. To neutralize Federico Valverde from surging forward, and Bukayo Saka on any good day will give every fullback problems. He just made sure that he neutralized them from joining the attack. It was so simple. Now, bear in mind, when they go to the Bernabeu, as we were saying, Benedict was saying earlier that Arsenal pack the bus, of course, but they will not pack the bus entirely. First 15 minutes, they pack. After that 15 minutes, they open. They see what Madrid is bringing. They see what Madrid is coming to do. They know where Madrid is going to attack. Of course, it's going to be Vini Jr. In their setup, the most dangerous player who can also penetrate or create havoc is Vini Jr. Because that guy, he doesn't stop coming. He keeps coming at you until he knows that it is done. So I trust whoever is going to play on that right side, being Jurriën Timber or whoever. I trust Arsenal defense. Even if they were playing against Liverpool, I would have been a bit worried. But with Mikel Arteta and these Arsenal boys, one worry for me is Gabriel not playing. That guy is a major threat when it comes to set pieces. He's very good when it comes to set pieces, using his head to nod the ball. And I think Mikel Merino is not being praised enough. Great player. He has played in Spain. He's played with this Madrid boy. He knows them so well.
He's the emergency striker.
Emergency number 9. Great, good display. And I was telling one of our friends during the game that the Spanish guys are those who invented the 4-6-0. I remember Vicente Del Bosque at the European Championship played without a striker, played Fabregas as a striker and also as a midfielder. So this is nothing new for Spanish guys. Mikel Arteta knows how to do that. So basically, Merino was playing as a striker and also as a midfielder. He was multitasking on the day. I trust Arsenal to go there. Look, Madrid will come at them, but they should be wary of Martinelli and Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard. When they get to the break, they can cause Madrid problems. Bear in mind, they don't have a good defense. Friends were telling me, oh, they are praying Lucas Vazquez doesn't start the game. They are praying Alaba doesn't start the game. Hey, and I said, hey, since when did Alaba become a bad player? Alaba went out there and he came back, and Madrid fans are saying he's a bad player, shouldn't start their games and all that. I trust Mikel Arteta, but in as much as Madrid are going to attack us now, they should be careful. Every counter attack will be dangerous against them. So I believe Arsenal will definitely qualify. Arteta doesn't have to talk. The players have to make themselves proud, write their names in history books as eliminating Real Madrid with some quality play and all the Sam is smiling, but forget it's not going in the favor of Real Madrid. Yeah.
That is it. That is it. And let's look at the Paris Saint-Germain Aston Villa game. In the first leg, it ended in 3-1, which I think Unai Emery got one or two things wrong, especially in the lineup and also in the substitution. Coming to the Villa Park, Unai Emery meeting Luis Enrique, what does he need to do to be able to break this Paris Saint-Germain team? Because it's like when it comes to Europe now, they are dominating with their front three, their midfield, their goalkeeper, their defense, everything is solid. What do Unai Emery needs to do at the Villa Park to be able to stop this team?
You made a comment earlier. He made a mistake. He shouldn't have. I don't know why he trusted Marcus Rashford ahead of Oli Watkins in that game. I think Watkins should have started that game. Being a player who has been in the team for quite some time now, this was a stage for him to prove to the world that he's a quality striker. But I don't know why Unai Emery trusted Marcus Rashford. Now, going to that game,
had a good record against PSG.
No problem. But he's in a new team.
He has a good record against PSG, and I think in their recent two games, playing as a number 9, he has scored goals. But the question comes in, anytime Rashford is being put at that 9 position, he performs so well for 2 games, and after that, he's off. I think Sam can even confirm that. There have been times coaches have been bashed at Man United that, he's a striker, play him there. He'll be played there for 2-3 games, and he's off. So I think he's starting as a number 9 was a big problem for Aston Villa. But I think Unai Emery being an experienced coach, as you said, he'll be able to put 1 or 2 things. And also, to me, bringing on Disasi for Matthew Cash was also a very wrong move for me, because Disasi against Kvaratskhelia was maybe giving someone out to be punched and killed, because all their 2 goals came from that particular position. Disasi trying to track back. So let's look at what Unai Emery needs to do, what he needs to do to at least be able to get an early goal in this game in Villa Park, which is something it will be very good for the Villa fans coming to that particular stadium.
He should throw everything against Paris Saint-Germain. Wherever Aston Villa has gotten to now, they should be proud of themselves. Aston Villa has done so well. They shouldn't think about anything. Go and play your football. But when they went to the Parc des Princes, after Morgan Rogers scored, they decided to go toe-to-toe with Paris Saint-Germain, forgetting Paris Saint-Germain has one of the best attacks in Europe currently. They should have a bit stayed solid a little bit. Now, I personally felt they should have stayed solid a little bit, even though they were going to equalize, but it should take some time. But the equalizer came too quick. Now, when they come to England, Villa doesn't have anything to lose. They should just go have fun, play your game, throw everything at them. Just play your game, and with the fans behind them. In the first half, when they get a goal, the tide can change a little bit. Look, Unai Emery is one manager I trust. With what he did with Sevilla, winning the Europa League 3 times or 4 times on a row, he knows how to play the cup competitions. But I don't know, he thought too much. He was thinking too much when they came up against Paris Saint-Germain, as we were saying earlier. Disaster for Maticas. Maticas has played this right back for so many seasons now. He's the experience and right back he has in his team. All of a sudden, he decided to drop him for Disasi. I feel when they go to the Villa Park, he should allow their boys to play their game, throw everything at them. Every attacker he has should be on that field. From Marlon, everybody should go attack Paris Saint-Germain. And when the first goal comes, they will be a bit shaky. Paris Saint-Germain will be a bit shaky. They are beatable. They are not a perfect team like that. They are beatable. So I feel Unai Emery should allow his boys to play. He shouldn't think too much about player selection. If it is Marcus Rashford or Watkins, he can play 4 attackers at the same time. Wherever they have gotten to now, look, when they are eliminated, they have been eliminated by a very good team. They didn't play so badly. They didn't play so badly. They've been eliminated by a very good team and not any other team. So they should just go ahead and enjoy their game. And when they get a goal in the first half, and maybe luckily for them, they have 2 goals, they are good to go. That is all I can say for that.
Okay, so Prince, let's look at the Bayern Inter Milan game. A return leg in Italy, something that will be very crucial for Bayern Munich. I also think Vincent Kompany in the first leg had also some mistakes in his lineup, because dropping Thomas Muller, knowing that you don't have any 10 available, And I don't know if it's based on the club's decision on Thomas Muller, but I think he being dropped was something that was wrong. Going into the second leg in Italy with Inter Milan with the best defense in Europe now, conceding just 3 goals, how can Harry Kane and the rest get at least 2 goals to be able to qualify ahead of Inter Milan? What does Vincent Kompany need to do against a team as solid as Inter Milan?
I think they have Bayern Munich has nothing to lose. With where they find themselves, they have nothing to lose. The chance of qualifying ahead of Inter Milan is very slim. And what they should do is they should come up with everything that they have in them to want to at least get a point. Even if it's a draw, you understand, or probably get a last minute goal that will take the game to extra time. It's okay. But if they come as losers, as people who are scared, Inter Milan it's a very tough side. Honestly, Inter Milan is very, very tough. It's very, very tough, and I believe Bayern could make a difference if they want to. They could make a difference if they want to. I think, looking at the fixtures, Inter Milan has ahead of them. They are leading the League One table.
The Serie A
table. You understand? So they have the Serie A to think about. They also have the Champions League to think about. So they are in a fix. So they might not want to concentrate everything on just the Champions League and lose out in the Serie A. You get it. So I think Bayern has an advantage with that. So Bayern should come in with all their arsenals and get it done. Honestly, they should get it done. I really wish Bayern could qualify ahead of Inter Milan.
Why? Because you are scared of the Inter Milan team.
Yeah, I wish Bayern could qualify.
It's better to for other people to kill your enemies than you getting closer to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sam, with Barcelona and Dortmund, I think it's a done deal. Should Hansi Flick going into that game rest a lot of players, especially with the La Liga at hand, or they should go in with full force to make sure that they discipline Dortmund at the Signal Iduna?
I think going with full force. I don't think there should be any room for them to feel that it's a done deal. It's still. So I think they should go in with that full energy, full force, that anything can happen at any time, and they should play the Barca football, and I think winning the game too. Yes, I think simple as that. Just go in, do your thing, and come out with a win.
Okay, so let's look at the Champions League with the 4 games happening. Do you see any changes, like any team leading the first leg and would be eliminated in the second leg? So let's look at all the 4 games. Which team do you think can maybe lose their first leg lead and not qualify for the semi-finals?
Let me start with PSG. I think last week Saturday we said is that for now they've won the league, so they have nothing to prove again there. So they are coming in full force, and I don't think Aston Villa will come back to win or take that lead. So PSG will sail through, same as Barcelona, as I said earlier on. I think it might be, or it might seem I'm being biased, but I'm still sticking with it. I think Madrid might win, but not really pull through like that. But I still see Madrid winning. If they manage to kick Arsenal out, it will be one of the big news this season. Arsenal is known for bottling a whole lot of wins and stuff like that. I'm praying that they bottle this one too. Prince has showed us one trophy already on his fingers. We can't bear Prince showing us 2 trophies this season. No, it's okay. Well, I think one is fine, but
one is okay.
One is okay. One is
And
okay. I don't
between
think
Bayern and Inter Milan, who do you think will
um
get into that final, that
Inter.
semi-final?
Inter. I
Inter.
think they played very well. So yeah.
Yeah. Raf, you said Arsenal are getting to. So with Barca Dortmund, do you think there'll be any surprise? And also with the
Oh,
Inter, Bayern, and also the Paris Saint-Germain Aston Villa, are we seeing a second league where we'll see maybe a surprise in it, or we'll just go with the first league results and they would enter into the semi-finals?
Borussia Dortmund have to. I think they have to concentrate more on the league. Where they are on the league table is not good enough. 4-0 against Barcelona. It is a done deal. Barcelona has qualified. No matter what they do, they have to focus on the league and be able to enter into European competition. For now, whatever they do now won't be helpful. They should just play a normal. It's just a mere formality. Let's say somebody who's academic exercise. But Barcelona has qualified. They should just focus on the league and play. Now, for the other games, going back to the San Siro, wow, Inter Milan, a well-oiled machine. Vincent Company also made some mistakes. Benedict, as we were saying with the other teams that we were talking about, he made some mistakes with the player selection. He had Palinha on the bench and he played Joshua Kimmich in central midfield. He had this right back, Conrad Lima, played. I mean, the positioning of the players were so bad. And I don't know if, yes, the directors, the technical directors of Bayern couldn't alert him or whatever. Harry Thomas Muller being on the bench and all those things. Now he's going to San Siro. Even the game Inter Milan won, one of my key players who I really admire, Federico Di Marco, did not even start that game. He played Carlos Augusto. Exactly. So just imagine Federico coming in. They have a very solid team. So I don't see anything, but that game can be also difficult because if Bayern gets just a goal, so it means that Inter Milan doesn't have to relax. They still have to go in for all. Aside Paris Saint-Germain can be able to relax a little bit. Barcelona, game over. Arsenal, because of Madrid's pedigree and that spirit, as Sam has been saying, behind them, they'll be a bit careful. But if Arsenal is able to prevent a goal in the first half, it's a done deal. But so aside the Inter Milan game, they are all good to go. The games are all good. The teams that have won in the first leg, I see them going into the semi-finals of the competition.
Okay, Prince, on your side, do you think the second legs we may see a bit of surprise? Because Barcelona 4-0, Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, and also the likes of Inter Milan. Do you think there will be any changes in the results from the first league?
I think the only upset that might come up could be the one with Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. I think Bayern is to...
Because you want Inter Milan to surely go ahead.
That's the only upset I'm looking out for. I want Bayern to kick out Inter Milan, so at least the chances would be easier for us a bit. So, and I think for Villa, I don't see them doing any magic against PSG. If there was something to be done, it should have been done at the Parc de Paris. So that was where they were supposed to at least concede just a few goals, but 3 goals is too much. So I think with Madrid, Madrid won't do any magic. They won't do any magic. They are basically losing that game against Arsenal.
Very simple.
Yeah, they are not doing any magic over there. Their players are tired. They are not doing any magic.
Now Madrid are Arsenal small boys.
Oh, you know.
The whole of this evening he has been saying finals, Arsenal finals, Arsenal finals.
Yeah, yes.
We are here.
I only pray that they go and play so well, because if they are to lose, I think the world wouldn't be a safe place for Arsenal fans.
We are here. It will be a short animal for you.
People will cook them and correct cooking and
But it will be very bad if Ateta bottles this one. I think it will be very bad. It will be to lose 3-0 lead to no. I think no. It will be right back.
But one thing is, Arsenal beating Madrid has given the English teams 5 slots for the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that is
So
a good hope. That was one reason why I was supporting Arsenal to at least get, because it gives an extra slot to the English clubs.
Next season, I think that the teams from England will play many games in Europe with Champions League and Europa also.
It could even be 7. It could even be
Yes,
7.
if Man United or Tottenham are to win the Europa League.
Yeah, so I'm saying in Europe we can have many of the teams even playing Europe this season. If Chelsea can win the Conference League,
if Aston Villa
playing
you can also get a spot in you.
It's been a good season for the England team this year. I think they are doing very well. Apart from the boys in red, they are doing very well.
Okay, so thank you for joining us on the Champions League edition, and we'll make sure that after the whole round of, that is the quarterfinals games, we'll enter deeper into the semifinals and give people what they should expect also from the semifinals